So, you have seen the akhada?
Yes.
Okay. And you have seen the wrestling in India?
Yes.
Okay. You experienced it? You
Yes.
experienced?
Sure.
By grappling with, few one. Okay. I just want to ask one question to you. People ask me on the blog. There are questions like, how is the win declared in India? I have seen people writing on the blog that win or lose do not matter in akhada. I think people do not understand how the win is declared in Indian mud wrestling. So what do you understand how we do wrestling in India here? I would like you to put some points.
Well, the object in this style of wrestling is to get the shoulders to the mat and to hold them there for a very short period of time. And that ends the match right there. It's not a point system, but the objective is strictly to get your opponent down to the mat on their back, and that ends the match.
So people write me that win or lose doesn't matter because they just don't know how you win or lose in Indian style.
Right.
So you have given some understanding how you win. So I have one more question. People ask me, what is the difference? You know, I know what is the difference from international style or your style. So would you please tell me what is your style of wrestling and what you experience from the Indian style, and what is the difference and what is the similarities you find here?
Well, the style we do is similar to international or freestyle. It's called folk style.
Folk style.
F-O-L-K.
Yeah.
And it's really only a style that's done in college and high school in America. Okay. And it's a point system, similar to the international style. It's a point system with 3 periods.
Okay.
And the periods are generally 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, depending whether it's college or high school. So it's a point style. You're still attempting to get your opponents down, their shoulders to the mat, and it's normally about 2 full seconds that you have to hold both shoulder blades to the mat.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. 1001, 1002. And that ends the match. If it doesn't end in a pin, it goes by points at the end of the 6 or 7 minutes. And it's all by weight class. So there's about 12 or 13 weight classes.
And what is the difference of Indian mud wrestling in between the international style you find? Because I know, but I just want to listen from your point of view.
When we stand on our feet, or we call it neutral position on our feet, that's very similar actually. The moves are the same. I'm seeing the firemen's carry, the double leg takedowns, the duck unders, what we call a high crotch, the ankle trips. That's all the same. The real difference is in the style that we do in America, at least half the match is on the mat. Okay, that you actually, one person is down on all fours, one person's on top, and you try to pin, and at least half the match takes place down there. When it comes to kushti, a lot of it's on your feet.
So, and one more thing, kushti is a traditional thing over here in India. Kushti is learned under guru, and there are people, maybe there is one coach or not, it depends on the akhada. If he can afford the coach, he can provide, otherwise it is under the guru. So, what do you think of the guru and traditional Indian system, and how do you do kushti in your end of the world, your side of the world?
Well, we don't have gurus, we have coaches. And the relationship between the coach and the wrestlers is so different from the relationship between the guru.
You just seen.
We have just seen. For one thing, coaches aren't allowed in America to yell at the wrestlers. You can't yell at. You can't say anything because the parents of the wrestlers at home will get the coach in trouble.
But here sometimes coach the kicks also. You know.
The kicks, laughy.
Sometimes it can be used. Do you use this in America?
You cannot use a lathi on the wrestlers in America.
Yeah, but it is a last resort here.
It's a last resort. No, you would go to jail if you lathied your wrestler back in America.
So this is what the difference over here.
That is one of the main wrestlers. The other thing, the main difference is here is the lifestyle.
Yeah.
They do it year round.
Yeah.
They practice day after day after day for hours each day.
Yeah, for 2 times a day.
2 times a day.
Yeah.
We do it for probably 3.5 months a year.
Okay.
And the wrestlers are in school all day. Practice is about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And then after practice, they go right home and do homework for a couple hours, and then get up and go to school again. Most wrestlers play other sports. Most wrestlers play soccer, football, maybe track. So what's happening in America is more wrestlers are wrestling out of season. The season is getting longer. They do clubs and tournaments. So the quality of wrestling will get better. Well, that just means the athlete itself is a little more one-dimensional. They don't play as many sports, but they'll become better wrestlers.
But here in India, actually, if they do this type of wrestling, Brazilian mud wrestling, they have to do it for 2 times every day. There is 1 rest, okay? And if they do this, it's a harder thing to do. So they rarely go to school. And if they go to school, they drop out in between, after 5th grade or 7th grade or something. So they remain uneducated throughout their time. And maybe you told me about coaches and you told me that it's season, you play for a season. So it's not for a season, it's for the whole round of the year.
Another big thing is this style of wrestling is far more of a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, and it's far more of a sacred pursuit to Americans and Europeans. Sports are really just something you do, and you leave, and you're done until you come back.
Okay. And when we practice over here, there are so many akharas around India who practice.
Yes.
And there are competitions held occasionally. They are called wrestling competition dangals. So they can get a chance to show their strength over there, and they can make their name, make the name of their guru, make the name of their village, make them proud, and get some prize also. So in the wrestling, this is a practice area where they are practiced under the guru, and they show what they practice, what they learn in the dangals. So how do you show their strength when you practice?
We have 2 forms of competition.
Yeah.
One is what's called a dual match, where 2 teams get together. There's about 12 weight classes, and you start with the smallest ones, about 100 pounds, I don't know the kg, and then it goes up to about 100, starts at 103, and then goes 112 pounds, and then 119, 25, 30, all the way up to 275 pounds maximum. So there's matches, and that normally takes 2 hours. We do that, and then the other things is tournaments. Maybe about 20 teams come, and they'll each have a person in a weight class. So there'll be 20 people, and they will all wrestle matches for about 6 minutes long. And if you win, all the people who win go here, all the people who lose go here. And if you keep winning, you'll finally wrestle this person, the winner is the champion. So you get first, second, and third is how they
do
play.
the champion get prizes?
Not money prizes, that's actually against the law. You can only get money prizes if you're a professional. If you're a student or college, you only get, at the most, you get a medal or a trophy.
But here is no restrictions, you always get a prize if you win.
You always get a prize.
You always get a prize. So, thank you very much for discussing this thing.
Yes.
Thank you.